Hey everyone, it's Kate Johnson, and I wanted to just do a quick video. There's a lot of folks in my life who are becoming sort of educational entrepreneurs, whether they're helping families who are trying to homeschool, or maybe they're just tutoring, doing some sort of like virtual school, kind of on an ad hoc basis. And I wanted to give y'all educators some tips. Congratulations, you are now a business owner if you're getting hired to perform services like that. I like to call you a solopreneur. The official tax term is called a sole proprietor. And one of the best things that I would advise you to do to take care of the admin tasks for your business is to open a dedicated business bank account. If you open up a bank account and you put only the deposits from your business into that bank account and only use that bank account when you have expenses for your business, you will solve about 90% of your bookkeeping problems. I recommend a bank called Aslo. You can check out a full review at heritagebusinessservices.com/Aslo. It's a bank I personally use for my own bookkeeping business. You can read all of my recommendations there. But some of the basics are, it's a completely online bank, so you can open an account in probably less than about 10 minutes. You can get it approved in about 2 days, and then you'll have no fees and there's no minimum balance, which I think is a really great, those are really great features of the product. When money comes in to your business, that's going to be your revenue, and when money goes out, those are your expenses. That's a way to think of it, as keeping it very simple. At the end of the year, if you have run all your transactions through that one bank account, you can either connect that bank account to a bookkeeping software like a QuickBooks Online or a Xero or a Wave, and you can easily categorize them. You can even easily categorize them in Excel, because you'll be able to download like a CSV file of your bank transactions. That's a less fancy way to do it, but it definitely can work. You will need to save your receipts. There are some fancier receipt capturing software programs within the bookkeeping softwares that I mentioned just now, but you can also just keep them in a folder for a low-tech solution. The point is just to keep them. There's only one catch that I would like to point out whenever you're thinking about using your bank account as basically the way to track your income statement, your revenue and your expenses. Whenever you take money out of your bank account for yourself, say you're wanting to bring some of that money home and put it in your personal account, those are not business expenses. If you are a sole proprietor, you're going to be filing a Schedule C tax as a part of your tax return at the end of the year, and it usually confuses people that those withdrawals that you make to pay yourself are not business expenses. But Schedule C sole proprietors file their taxes based on the profit of the company, not on what you take out. So as an example, say you make $20,000, and let's say you have $3,000 of expenses, but you left it all in your bank account. You didn't take any of it out because for whatever reason you have other money coming in, or you're married to someone who has a steady paycheck or something, and you're just wanting to work but save the money, and so you just leave it in your bank account. If you make $20,000 and you spend $3,000, you're still going to be taxed on $17,000, whether you take that money out or not. That's just kind of a very general example, but that's mostly right. So those transactions that you take out of your bank account, your business bank account, to put in your personal account are called owner's draw. And that's like the one exception to this idea of your deposits or your revenue and your withdrawals or your expenses. So yes, as I said, as a sole proprietor, you're going to be filing a Schedule C. I would recommend printing that out from the IRS website and just looking at it. You're going to have to, all your transactions are going to have to fit in the boxes on that Schedule C. So take a look at those. Don't overcomplicate your tracking of your expenses, because at the end of the day, everything's going to get smushed into those transactions, those categories that are listed on the Schedule C. One other thing you might want to do is track your mileage. So QuickBooks Online, for instance, other bookkeeping softwares as well, have a way to track your miles. You have to be paying for that bookkeeping software though. And if you do want to pay for a bookkeeping software, if you go to heritagebusinessservices.com/QuickBooks, you can get a great deal on QuickBooks Online software. However, if you're just starting off and you want to keep things very simple, one really easy way to worry about your mileage tracking is just kind of the old-fashioned way. Either keep a note on your phone or maybe in the console of your car. And all I would recommend, instead of worrying about the actual number of miles you drove, just write down the trips that you take, because you're probably going to be making the same exact trip most of the time. That's just kind of standard. Unless you're, I don't know, like a real estate agent driving all over the place, then it's different. But if you have pretty standard routes that you're driving to the few students that you're helping or the families that you're helping, just write down those trips. And then at the end of the year, you can look up what was the mileage between those, your home and wherever you were supposed to go, or the people that you were helping, that home and wherever you were going for them. And then count the number of times you did that trip and multiply it by the miles. That'll be a lot simpler way of doing it, and you'll be more likely to do it than if you try to, every time you drive, be looking up the exact mileage on your phone. Again, I'm always recommending keeping things as simple as possible. If you do these things and you want help from someone like me, a virtual bookkeeper, you would be able to, very, very affordably hire someone. If you've got one bank account and you tell me that all your transactions are in that one bank account, it will be very, very easy to serve you and help you get ready for your tax filing. If you kind of waddle in with 3 different bank accounts and everything's intermixed with like your personal expenses and some of your, you have a handful of receipts, that's just going to cost a lot more. So you'll just save yourself a lot of expense if you really keep it simple. So let's recap. Please keep your life easy. Open a business bank account. Check out heritagebusinessservices.com/Aslo if you want to read a review, but any bank account will do. Aslo is just one that's really easy to open, especially in a pandemic, because it's online only. And don't forget that money that you transfer out of your personal account is not a business expense. If you're a sole proprietor, you'll be taxed on the profits of your business, not your what you take out of your business. Whether you take the money out or not, you still have to pay. You still have to pay taxes on the profits of your business. Your tax form is going to be a Schedule C. So check that out, because every transaction will have to fit in one of those categories listed there. And keep your mileage tracking simple, or you're not going to do it. And a paper log is completely sufficient. Reach out to me. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm at heritagebusinessservices.com. If you need any assistance, I would love to just help you in any way possible. And if you have any other questions about this, feel free to just shoot me the question, because I'm certain that other people are in your exact same situation and will have the same question, and I can answer it and upload a video just like this. I wish you the best in your business endeavors. Thank you for helping the families that and students that you're about to help, and please, let's stay in touch.